day, everyone, and happy weekend to us all. I'll be your moderator for today's program. I'm Nurse Chinoyere, a data analyst. Can we all hear me? Please, can you type yes in the comment section if you can hear me out loud? All right, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, you're welcome to today's orientation program. Like I said, I'm privileged to be the moderator for today's event. I'm Nurse Chinoyere, a data analyst, as well as I'm one of the co-founders of Medics in Tech. So I'm happy to be in our midst and to have us all here present today. I'm sure that this is such a wonderful way to start off the year by having such a great opportunity. Okay, so one of the objectives of this program today is to acquaint us with what we are going to learn across the process and to also focus our motivations as well as our expectations towards how the program is going to go about. You know, it's one thing to start a process and it's another thing to finish it well. The energy is not always the same, but I believe that talking to the right people today, people that are ready to leverage this opportunity to impact their society. Okay, so before I go ahead, please, if you are in a very comfortable environment, I would like us to turn on our camera. That's if you are in a very comfortable environment. And then please, as you come in, put off your mic so that we could have a smooth section this afternoon. All right. That being said, once again, welcome everyone. Without wasting much of our time, in the next 1 hour and 1 hour, 30 minutes or 2 hours or thereabouts, we'll be rounding off with this program, so that will be all from here. So I will be inviting Dr. Kenneth, the prestigious founder of Medicine Tech. Please help me welcome Dr. Kenneth to give us the program overview. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for that introduction. I just encountered we have a problem. We cannot pass 100 persons on this call. So it's like the maximum is 100. I'm just surprised. I'm just getting to know that now. So guys, you're welcome everyone to this call. It's being recorded, so those who are not here will be able to actually catch on what we discussed. But going forward, our Zoom account to be upgraded so it can take as many as possible. Yeah, I've tried upgrading in this short period. It's not really working. So instead of keeping us waiting, I think we should just get going so that we don't have a issue with time. So that should be it for now. So guys, you're welcome. And this is it, the MIT DataCamp Scholarship Orientation Program, which is aimed at empowering healthcare professionals and students with data skills everywhere, especially in Africa and in some other countries. Yeah. Nurse, please be on the background to mute those whose mic are on.
I have that instruction.
Okay, thank God it's being recorded, so at least we can give it over. We can share this with every other person who couldn't make this. So this is the housekeeping which our moderator Nurse has gone through. So keep your microphones on mute, or mute only when you are speaking or during question and answers. Turn on your video to encourage interactions. You can see my video has been on. Yeah, screenshots are going to be taken at the end of the class. So stay so that your picture will be one of those who is going to appear recorded in this section. Yeah, so you can use a raise of hand or you can type your questions in the chat. This is just going through what our moderator has mentioned. So next, there are some noise in the background. Always be on the lookout. All right. So we're going to rush through a lot of things so that we can actually get started. Yes, so a lot of us are already members of MIT in the past. They know what our core mission is and how we are trying to do that. by providing cutting-edge
digital health education and the collaborative initiatives.
We are able to equip healthcare professionals and students across Africa with the skills they need to thrive in the future of digital health. This is just the core aspect of our community. It's all around this, nothing more. We believe in capacity building. We don't believe in telling stories of what AI is doing, what data analytics is doing, what apps are being built, without giving people the ability to become the people who make those news themselves. So that is exactly why AI Medics in Tech was instituted. And that's why we are here today to talk about certification in data in 2025 by the joining together of Medics in Tech and Data Camp. So this is one of the rarest, one of the first of its kind, where a health body is actually collaborating with a tech body to actually offer to participants a tailored approach to learning. In this case, we are tailoring data contents to healthcare professionals in such a way that when they pass through, they will become healthcare data analysts, data engineers, artificial intelligence engineers or scientists, and the other ones we are going to talk about today. So you are welcome to this. So I'm going to go through the overview of what we actually going to expect in this program. And please stay with me. So just as I have said, our mission is to democratize digital health education. It is not the birthright of, is the birthright of all of us all. So we have that right to actually get schooled or get skilled in digital health. Unfortunately, our traditional training in healthcare, the traditional healthcare training in undergraduate system has not given us this ability. And because of this, MIT is now trying to bridge this gap. And that's why we are here today. All right. So this is our commitment, of course. And we are empowering as many individuals as possible with the digital health skills they need, turning healthcare professionals and undergraduates into digital health literates, digital health adopters, digital health advocates, and potentially the innovators themselves. All right. So, and why are we doing this actually? The demand for data professionals. Now, I'm talking with respect to the Data Camp Scholarship now, because MIT is quite a huge body and it is involved in different things. However, the scholarship is tailored towards raising data professionals among healthcare professionals and undergraduate students. So this is just one of the many projects MIT is doing. MIT is involved in many other projects, and this is just one of them. And in this particular project, in which we have offered or we are offering scholarships for data learning, is because of this that the demand for data professionals, it has never been at this level. It's projected that 11.5 million new jobs are going to be created by the year 2026 in the data industry, and healthcare is not left out. In fact, digital health has become a very important discussion in recent days, especially in with the WHO. In its drive, it's recently introduced the Global Initiative for Digital Health and declared that by the year 2030, that healthcare will be entirely digital. And the only way we can key into this is to, roll around with, the wave. And we have seen that there is a great divide, just as some of our speakers are going to talk today, between the skill sets of healthcare professionals and students. And in terms of filling these roles that are increasingly being, manifested as the day goes by, you'll see a lot of tech experts trying to build digital health solutions that have no real implications in healthcare. And they are looking for healthcare professionals to actually collaborate with, to co-develop these solutions. And the skill sets of the healthcare professionals are not meeting theirs. They are speaking a language the healthcare professionals don't understand. So how are we trying to bridge this? We want to bring the healthcare professionals, give them that language that they can use to speak with these tech experts so that they can co-develop solutions in a way that can actually benefit healthcare. All right. So you don't have solutions that are built that are never used. MIT has gone through a lot in just a few months. So by 17th of February next month, we are going to be 1 year. Like, we were registered in April 2024, and the team is made up of more than 25 persons who are working at the background to make sure that healthcare students and everyone acquire these skills I'm referring to. Right. I'm not going to go through all this because it's going to waste our time. This is our amazing team. But this team is outdated. Like, this is like the team that was like 6 months ago. Now our team has much increased, especially with the recent call for volunteers. We've heard a lot about people's passion to actually push this vision forward. And in the coming months, this team, you will see a lot more faces. These were like the founding team members. Now, but we are more than this at the moment. Now, we have expanded to include student ambassadors. We've expanded to include regional coordinators in different areas. And there are a lot of things we are also doing in research and other areas. Now, if you can hear this, I would like to video from our past events. So I don't know whether I was sharing. Let me just stop again and share again once more, please. So okay, I'm sharing the sound. It's very important you hear the sound. Actually, it's an animation, but it embodies, the testimonies of some of those who went through our pioneer digital health education. So we pioneered the digital health education in last year through the program called the Digital Health Academy. Now, I want to play the video so that we can see this. All right. Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
It was an amazing 8-week learning experience. During the training, I learned about how data analytics can significantly improve healthcare in several ways.
I strongly recommend these courses for anyone with a keen interest in learning about AI in healthcare. These courses may not stay free forever. In fact, they shouldn't given their rich content, so hurry.
This qualification represents not just a personal milestone, but also a step forward in embracing the evolving landscape of digital health. It was an insightful experience, truly eye-opening. The live sessions and guided project using Power BI were invaluable, allowing me to create my own project as well.
It was nothing short of an enlightening experience, and I have to admit that I learned some of the fundamental concepts of data science for the first time during this program.
It was a beautiful time taking this course. Special thanks to MIT for the well-explanatory and detailed information the courses had.
The Medics in Tech Digital Health Academy is a global on-demand learning platform designed to address the growing demand for digital health skills. We have set out to equip 3,000 healthcare professionals, healthcare students, and non-medics building in the health domain across Africa and beyond with the skills they need to thrive in the inevitable future of digital health. Through this, we aim to transform healthcare professionals and undergraduates into digital health literates, adopters, advocates, and innovators by providing cutting-edge digital health education.
All right. So this was actually the testimonials from those who passed through our learning platform last year. But our learning platform is evolving. It's very much more better than what it was last year. Now we have one of we are supposed to have our first speaker, who is no other person than Abdulhamid Dere. Abdulhamid Dere, are you on this call or were you locked out? So let's continue until we get him in. So I'm going to go ahead with the learning tracks, and I believe we can all hear me. The different learning tracks or the different pathways we're going to take students through in this particular program. Yeah, some people are rejoining those who left. So because of that, the thing keeps hitting 100. We are very sorry about this. I never knew this ahead of time. If not, we would have tried to proactively make this not be a problem. Yeah, but right now, our guest speakers. Right, Dr. Abo Ashu, are you on this call? All right. Okay, so we are going to continue until our guest speakers actually get in. Yeah, all right. So during the program with DataCamp and MIT, you are going to be involved in learning, in practicing, in applying your skill and getting assessed. That's why we put the notion of certification into this. So you don't just learn without practicing and without applying and also getting yourself assessed and potentially getting certified. So it's not just like the normal learning you've been doing in some places in the past, but in this particular program, you are going to be learning, you are going to be practicing, you'll be applying and assessing your skill. And that's one good thing about DataCamp. DataCamp is able to do all these things. And what is MIT doing to complement what DataCamp is doing? Now, MIT is now beginning to guide you towards digital health aspects of everything. You know, making sure that the projects you are doing are tailored towards digital health. And also making sure that you have digital health experts as mentors who are already experts in these your areas coming to mentor you on a weekly and monthly basis to the extent that you can actually, as you are learning, book one-on-one consultation with any of them if you run into any problem. And these consultations are many. Just like you can just go to our website to book you have an appointment for the volunteer, those who just finished their volunteer. You can just literally go there. You are having a problem, you book a one-on-one consultation with one of our mentors, and the person will show up at the time you have chosen, and the person will sort the problem for you, in addition to you joining the general mentorship section, so that everything you are learning is tailored towards making you understand its relevance in healthcare. By the time you are graduating, you are now graduating with 2 different certifications. You are graduating with MIT certification and also the healthcare certification in that particular field. So I'm going to continue so that we don't waste much time. All right. Okay. I wanted to do a small demo what DataCamp looks like. How many of us, please type on the chat. If you have used DataCamp in the past, please type on the chat that yes, I know DataCamp. No, I don't. So you can type yes, no, yes, no. Let me know those who have actually been on DataCamp for the first time in the past. Please type on the chat. Okay, I see a lot of yes coming in. I see a lot of yes. Oh, I see a 1 no. So it's like the yes actually have it. A lot of people on this call actually have actually done 1 or 2 things. Oh, no, I don't. No, but I wish. Yeah, I have used DataCamp. Good. You can actually attest, for those who have used DataCamp, you can attest to the fact that DataCamp is actually the best platform there is to learn any data skills. No matter what it is you think, no, DataCamp is the best platform. With the hands-on skill building you get in DataCamp, yeah, is quite like amazing. I won't waste our time to go into DataCamp because all those will be actually done as we get into DataCamp. There will be a video to guide you through on how you navigate the DataCamp platform and what to do when you get in there. All right, so just as I said, there are many technologies you can learn in DataCamp. Python, R, SQL, Tableau, many, and many you will not be needing. And that's why we are guiding you so that you don't make the mistake of doing things that you don't need. You know, learning technologies that you don't actually need. If you learn those technologies you don't need, it will be of no use to you. Our experts, our mentors are there to make sure that they guide you so that your learning is actually a guided one. Mr. Dare, are you on the call?
Yes, I am.
Aha. So we are going to roll back to your section so that you tell our participants what you have for them. So I'm going back now. So later on, I will jump back right where we stopped. So guys, join me and welcome Abdulhamid Dare. Yeah, you can show that. Okay, let's read his bio. After that, you can actually appreciate him on the chat. So, moderator, over to you.
Okay, good to have you. So joining us this afternoon is Mr. Abdulhamid Dare. He is a 6th-year medical student, aspiring radiologist and AI engineer with a passion for leveraging technology to address healthcare challenges. He collaborates with a team of innovators as Clinic Innovations, where he contributes to developing artificial intelligence solutions that delivers high-quality healthcare services. His special interests include diagnostic in a specialty of chest and neurology and interventional radiology. For the past 3 years, Mr. Abdulhamid had been actively teaching Python and machine learning, sharing his expertise to inspire the next generation of AI enthusiasts. As an independent researcher, he explores cutting-edge AI applications to tackle healthcare complex problems. His work spans predictive modeling, intelligent chatbots, and innovative tools designed to improve patient outcomes, particularly in low resource settings. He's also involved with Global AI Hub, where he helps democratize AI knowledge, engaging a broad audience to advance an AI-enabled world. Mr. Abdulhamid is committed to reducing the divide in digital health, fostering, sorry for the background noise, fostering collaborations and contributing to projects that drive sustainable healthcare development and innovation. Please, everyone, can you join me welcome Mr. Abdulhamid Dare? Good to have you, sir. Can step in now.
Yeah, thank you very much. Am I?
Okay.
Yeah, we are having echo there. It's like someone joined with two devices. Please, you can actually leave one of them behind. You can go ahead,
All right.
Dari. So
All right.
we welcome you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a very big pleasure to be here today. And first off, I must appreciate Dr. Ken for inviting me to speak to this esteemed platform of people who are interested in AI, interested in technology, and other aspects of health technology. Just as I've been introduced, I've been in the healthcare space for a while now. And speaking here, really, it's a big privilege to be talking about acquiring digital skills as healthcare professionals, especially young professionals. And I must say that one of the things we must realize, the world we are currently is increasingly technologically advanced, and because of that, there is a lot of new tools, new technologies, and new solutions that are being deployed into the society, especially when it comes to health tech. And because of that, it has become increasingly also important for people who are in the healthcare space to also have an idea about how technology works. And so basically, we have two divides. We have a divide of people in the healthcare space, doctors, pharmacists, medical lab scientists, people who are in the healthcare space. And then we have this other divide of engineers who are really the ones coding. However, because of the situation that we are today, we now have the third divide, and that is where those who have a combination of both. And I'm very privileged to say I am part of those who are pioneering, that third divide in this part of the world today. And the reason why this is simply important is because we now see that people really want to build healthcare solutions. If you look at all the technologies, maybe following fintech, the next technology stack is healthcare. Everybody wants to build an healthcare solution because there are so many problems within the healthcare space that can be solved with technology, right? So because of that, there's so many healthcare technology companies. There's so many new tools that are coming out for AI, for healthcare, for technology. Now, they now need individuals who have a combination of both. That is, someone who is knowledgeable from the medical background and someone who is also knowledgeable from the engineering background. And this is where MIT comes in, right? This is where the divide that we're talking about comes in. And this is the point where we become especially relevant. I can tell you for free today, if I am to apply for any healthcare company as an engineer, an AI engineer with my medical background, and I have 5 other engineers, even if they are more senior engineers, I would most likely be considered first before any of those other 5 engineers. Why? Because they simply recognize the importance of the clinical domain knowledge. Another reason why it is important is that previously, in the past 5 to 10 years, healthcare companies they usually have engineers, and when they have the engineer, then they then employ a clinical practitioner who then joins the team. But today, we are seeing that there is really no need for those two individuals, where you can simply have that single skill in a particular person, and that is where we come in as a third divide. And that is exactly what we are trying to bring in with MIT. So MIT has recognized that this is a problem. I receive tons of messages on my LinkedIn every single day from students like me, people who are also working in industry, as to how can they start a career in health tech? How can they start a career in AI, machine learning, and things like that? Knowing fully well that these people have core health background. I am a medical student. I didn't study engineering. I didn't do anything. Over the past 5 years now, I've been hard coding. Even this morning, over the last 5 hours now, I've been really coding, right? So the question is, how do we begin the career, right? And that's exactly what MIT is going to is actually bringing on a platter of good for you. So just not bore us with a lot of speech. I'm just going to give us a 5 point agenda, which has worked for me, has worked for a couple of my mentees, and I'm also going to share it with everybody on this platform. By the end of the day, also, I can share a link to one of the Medium notes I wrote at some point in time for people who would find this beneficial. So the first 5 points out of my 5 point agenda, the first agenda, which I think is quite important for everybody, is to learn the basics of technology and programming. At 2025, this particular discussion cannot be overemphasized. There are a lot of PhD applications now where you cannot get in without actually having to know how to use Python. A friend of mine messaged me like 2 days back. He was trying to get into a genomics PhD research. And part of the requirements for the genomics research, right, was that you needed to understand how to do data analytics with Python, right? And then he was coming from a life science background. He did plant biology in school. So you would wonder how come a person who has plant biology, is a graduate of plant biology, how do you expect him to be able to use data analysis tools to be able to do some genomics, right? So it is not forgivable, to use that word, in this part of the world, if you're interested in technology, to not understand the basics of programming languages. And then the simplest and the most common programming language that people use these days is Python, right? So it is super important for you to understand the basics of Python. You might not desire to become a very good engineer at the end of the day. You might not be interested in the engineering perspective, but you must understand how do these things work, right? Because tools that are being created these days are built on the basis of Python at their back end. So because of that, it is important for you to understand how to learn, you should understand Python. And I think part of the things that you're going to learn at MIT, right, for this period of time is to understand Python, right? You would really be taught in depth about how Python works, especially within the healthcare space. That's number one. The second point agenda is for you to identify a niche, right? I'm an AI engineer, but that is not the only niche within the healthcare space, right? Especially health tech space. You can decide to be, a data analyst, as I've just mentioned. You can decide to be a product designer. You can decide to be anything, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be Python. And one of the things I hear people say, especially my colleagues who are in the medical space, they keep telling me, "Oh, I don't know, I don't like coding. The when I see codes, I get scared, things like that." But now there are also aspects of technology that requires no code, so they call them no or low code tools. For instance, if you want to venture into data analysis, where you are going to be using tools like Tableau and Power BI, you don't necessarily need to learn how to code, right? So if you are not someone who is totally interested in coding, which I think you should be interested in coding, because that shows that you are more than an average person, um, you you can look for any other niche within the healthcare space that does not require coding. So identifying a niche is simply important so that you can identify yourself to a specific portion. You can't be the individual that is moving from one point to another point to another point. So that's the second thing out of the five things. The third one is that you need to then engage on hands-on projects, right? And one of the things that MIT is also going to ensure that it happens is that the ability for you guys to engage on hands-on projects that really get deployed into the environment, right? So as I told you, I was just coding this morning, trying to work on some codes, and we're trying to build a chatbot for a healthcare company such that can send reminders to patients on when they're supposed to take their drugs, when they're supposed to attend clinic sessions and things like that. This is a project that is getting deployed into the environment. People are actually using this project, right? So, but you don't get the opportunity to do those hands-on projects without knowing the basics, right? I can't trust you with a patient's life to deploy a solution that would be used by 10,000 patients when I can't see anything to show for, irrespective of whether you have a clinical background or not. So it's super important that you work on, hands-on projects. And I think that being in MIT at this particular point, I can tell you it is a gold. If I'm going to teach anybody, I know the amount I collect to teach people, but MIT is bringing this to you at low cost. I think this is something that is very, very important for you to take the opportunity and make use of it. And then the fourth one, which is something that we are already doing, is to actually network. Right. My first job personally, I got it by networking with people. I'm the kind of person that reaches out to people a lot. My LinkedIn, I've reached out to tons of people, and now I'm seeing the consequence of my action because now tons of people are also reaching out to me, and so it's like that. But you have to network with people, right? I didn't know that there was an organization called Indaba as of 2021. I just reached out to somebody on LinkedIn. He was like, "Oh, try to apply for this." I applied for it. I was given a scholarship to go to Tunisia. I presented my work and I was the best out of almost 1,000 participants. So imagine if I had not gotten that opportunity, right? A lot of dreams are being killed because we don't network with people. You have the skills, you have the opportunity to do this thing, but because you're not networking with the right kind of people, I think that one of the things that you will learn at MIT is the variety of individuals who are on this call and people who are you going to be learning with. Very importantly, you network with them, build an online profile and things like that. And then lastly, right, so that I don't take too much of the time, is to stay curious. As a medic or as a healthcare professional in this time and day, you have to stay curious. You need to understand when they say large language models, when they say generative AI. Nobody was talking about generative AI in the past 5 years. Personally, I didn't know anything about generative AI when I started practicing. That was like 2019. But then we went to a conference in 2022, late 2022, and then that was where the cascade of generative AI. And now there's hardly any project you see within the NLP space without them talking about generative AI. So over the last 1 year, we've had to relearn on how to actually make use of these tools, and that is out of our curiosity. You have to stay curious, right? Stay curious and never stop learning, because anytime you decide you want to stop learning, that is when you get the gate closed for you. So there's this a very big mentor of mine, Dr. Nina Lowo, who is an interventional radiologist. He makes one statement. He says that to not start is the beginning of failure, right? To not start is the beginning of failure, right? If you think that I can't do this, it's too hard, and you've not started, it means that you've already failed. But everybody on this call here has taken one step ahead to say they want to start their career with MIT. And I'm telling you, this is going to be the beginning for you guys. So I'm open to conversations. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm also going to be available for a very long while, so we can keep the conversations forward. Thank you very much for the audience.
Thank you so much, Derry. You see, if we can actually leave you to keep talking and talking and talking, I will not get tired on this call. So let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him on the chat. So we say thank you so much for this. And one thing you need to know is that Derry is going to be one of the mentors. You can actually book one-on-one sections as many times as possible throughout the year in this particular scholarship. So as long as you are in the community on Discord, he's going to be there answering your questions. For those who are in the track, he's actually supposed to be, him and one other person are going to be the ones taking the ML, anything about AI. They are going to be the ones. So what I was saying is the Derry will be available for any of us who will need him, and for those people who are specifically going to learn under him throughout this project. So I'm going to continue with sharing the screen so that we get going and finish this in the next 30 minutes. So 30 minutes, guys, we're not going to pass more than 30 minutes so that we go do other things we are supposed to do this weekend. All right. So I think this was where I was before Derek came to, speak to us. Now, if you have questions for Derek, please put them on the chat. He will be reading them. And if there is a, any person that wants to actually ask a question, can raise hand later on in the call. You'll be given the opportunity to speak. Now, these are the tracks which we have actually prepared for our communities. So we have people who are going to be going into just learning Python, either at the introductory level or maybe at the intermediate level. We have people who just want to get the AI fundamental certification, the data literacy certification, the generative AI for business and healthcare. Then the harder ones, I don't really call them the harder, the ones that actually require you to do greater work are the certified, professional certificates, that the data scientist certified professional certificate, the associate data scientist in Python. These ones that you see that are written certified, or certification certified data associate data scientist in Python. These two are actually like career tracks. You get certification at the end of it as a certified data scientist or a certified data analyst. You equally have the Tableau certified data analyst, data analysis with Excel, certified data engineer. We have the machine learning scientist and associate AI engineer. Now, we may not be able to go through the meaning of all these things, but they are going to be explained to you in the Discord community. And then at the end of today, you are going to receive a link to finally choose the learning tracks or what you actually want to learn of all this. And there are more, to tell you the truth, there are more. Because when you get into data camp, you may get like, you may become confused because you see like 400 and something skills to learn, 400 and something courses. And if you are not well guided, you will put your hands on this and put your hands on this. And before you know it, 1 year has passed. You've not achieved anything. And that's why we want to guide you to know the right path you should go and get something out of it and move on with your life. All right. So we'll be explaining these tracks, what they are, as well as you will then be able to make an informed decision. And let me also say, remember, this scholarship is for those who are interested in data. It is not for those who are interested in software engineering, although you can learn some software engineering aspects in data camp. It is not for those who are into product design, product management, digital health product management, cyber security. All those other ones, we are coming up with them later in the year. You understand? So if your field or your interest is not in data, there is no need wasting your time on it. But if you really have interest in this, by the way, every healthcare professional should know about AI fundamentals. So why not get certified in AI fundamentals? Every healthcare professional needs data literacy certification. So let's say that you actually chose to be an associate data scientist in Python. Why on it, you can also do the AI fundamental certification and the data literacy certification. Like it's a beginner course for everyone. Why you now pursue your more advanced, calling in these other areas. Do you understand? So someone like me, I'm a data scientist, but I am not a machine learning scientist or engineer. So one of the things I plan to do, as you guys are learning, I am learning. I want to be an associate AI engineer at the end of this year. Even though I'm already a data scientist, I'm not stopping there. I want to go higher to an associate AI engineer. But if you are just starting out, don't go to the highfalutin ones. Start with the simpler ones. Start with Python. Start with AI fundamental certification. Start with data literacy certification. When you have gotten a hang of it, maybe you can decide to pivot into data science professional certification or become a data analyst, certified data analyst, or go into becoming a certified data engineer. To me, actually, the certified data engineer seems to be the toughest of all of them. So we give you all these descriptions. You make an informed decision, fill that form, and it is the track that you actually select finally. Because I know many people just selected this, randomly when they saw the form.
Then, based on your last selection, we are now going to onboard you onto that track. And your graduation is based on following that track you selected. Even if you do any other things like these beginner courses, but your graduation will be tied to that track you selected, whether it is a skill track or whether it is a career track. So let's go ahead. All right. So you can use your phone to learn on DataCamp as we get to see. I'm also looking at those who are still hanging on. Yeah, I'm actually going to admit everyone who is still hanging on there. Yeah, you can learn on your phone, but the best is actually for you to learn on a laptop. But if you have a phone on the go, you can use your phone to learn while you are on the go. But when you get back to your house, please use a laptop because it's far better. Now, there are projects, just like Dari told us, there are projects, and we are going to be giving assignments and specific projects. No matter what you're learning, we are going to be giving you projects and assignments to make sure you are doing the right thing. And these projects are very, 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 and the projects you are going to select for you specifically are going to be healthcare related projects. But in some of your tracks through which you are going to go through, you might encounter some projects that are into sales, into advertising, still go through them. But after those projects, you will still encounter projects that are in healthcare. So it's very important for me to mention this now. There's what we call the data lab or the workspace in this thing that allows you to code right inside of a DataCamp. So we are going to be explaining this and how you can actually, use this particular feature. Yeah, that's for the data lab. All right. Now, certification this certification costs a whole lot of money, but with the scholarship you've gotten, you can actually get these certifications free of charge and be able to write the exams and actually pass. When you pass, you'll be certified. And the way we are doing this certification is that you can also, just as I told you, you can just, the simple ones, AI fundamental certification, data literacy certification, or you go for the higher ones, the associate data analyst, the associate data scientist, the professional data science certificate, or the associate data engineer. Now, I told you once again, we are going to explain all these things so that you choose the right one for yourself. But if I'm to tell you where to start, if you have not yet known much, start with these fundamental, certifications. Get an AI fundamental certification. Get a data literacy certification. Start learning Python, the fundamentals of Python. And when you are done with that, you will be ready to now ask yourself, do I want to become a data analyst or a data scientist or a data engineer? And then you will now bounce back to select one of those, one of those certified data scientist professional, associate data scientist professional, data analyst certification. You'll be able to go into all these deeper ones. Tableau certified data analyst. But how can you be talking about Tableau certified data analyst when you don't have any data literacy? That's why it's good for you to start with this. And when you're done with it, you can jump into the higher ones. So that is it. These ones I have listed up here are for those who don't know yet what they are doing. Start with Python. Start with this foundational or fundamental certification and data literacy certification and generative AI. When you are done with any of them you have chosen, you can then jump into all these other ones. You are going to select one of these other ones, starting from certified data scientist to associate data engineer. You will now select one of them. But first of all, if you are a beginner or an intermediate person in terms of tech, please go for the first 5. Just choose one of them or 2 of them, and maybe in 2 months you are done with them. Then you settle down and select which of these other tracks you are going to do. That is my advice, and I think that will work for you. All right, so let's go further so that we end up at the right time. So this is a certification process. We are going to talk about that later on. So it's important to know that DataCamp certification is an official recognition worldwide. Like when you get the certification of DataCamp, it can count to you like an education elsewhere when you are looking for jobs, when you are contributing to digital health projects, when you are sitting down with tech experts to build products. This certification will also be accompanied by MIT certificates. So as you are becoming a certified data analyst, you're also becoming a certified healthcare data analyst. And that's why MIT is teaming with a data camp. You don't only become a certified data analyst, because there are many certified data analysts who just, did the normal data analysis course somewhere. But by combining it with this MIT approach, you equally get certified as a certified healthcare data analyst. So whatever track you take, you have both the healthcare certification as well as the tech certification itself. And let me sound something that is very important. Dr. Dari, I'm calling him a doctor because he's going to be a doctor very soon. He mentioned it. And what was that? You don't have to know how to code to actually be able to do these things, guys. And you mustn't understand all the code 100%. I don't know how many of us know about AI agents. With generative AI now, you can build all those codes that you are cracking your brain on about. But if you learn the fundamentals, learn the necessary skill sets around it, how to do these things, you can use generative AI. You can use all these things, to run away from the coding aspects, the deep, intense coding aspects. But at the end, you're a data analyst, you're a data scientist, you're a data engineer, and you are using generative AI to build and run your codes without having really to know the deep part of it. In fact, the world is moving towards a situation, a place where people don't need to code again. With the advent of what we call agents, you don't need to code again. You just need someone who has the knowledge of what to do, to talk to an agent, to accomplish a task. That is it. Now, being a certified data analyst, a data scientist, a data engineer, gives you with that knowledge you need to be able to direct the agents on what to do for you to get the results you actually require. So it doesn't mean that the tech, the coders, the engineers are going away. They are not going away. They are still the ones that are going to use this AI, which may be partly replacing part of their job to accomplish their aim. And that is what you should be looking at. So don't be scared when you hear so much coding. Do you understand? So that is one thing I want to tell us. And I think we are nearing our end. We should have had two of our additional speakers, and I don't know whether they're on this chat. So Dr. Victor Odumiwa, the director of NITDA IT Hub, Lagos, University of Lagos. I don't know whether he's on this call, and I don't know if the second speaker we passed before has joined this call, Dr. Abo Ashu. So if you're on this call, please let me know so that we can have you and then run towards the conclusion of our meeting. Yeah, in the waiting room. Yeah, I don't see any of them. I don't see them. Nonye, can you see any of those names?
No, sir, I can. I've been on the lookout.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, guys. But our upcoming meetings are not going to be like this. Like, we are going to actually upgrade. And again, we'll be streaming going forward on LinkedIn and also streaming on YouTube, so that those who weren't able to, come in can actually benefit also. So I apologize for this. It was an oversight, and it shouldn't have happened with good planning. Yeah, it shouldn't have happened. All right, so let's continue and not get troubled so much about that. All right, so yeah, guest speaker number 3, Victor. Yeah, so okay, before this question and answer section, I want to mention something. Now, it's very important to understand that some persons were actually put into cohort 2, while others were put into cohort 1. What does that mean? Because I know some persons will have this question. Now, what it means is that cohort 1 are going to actually get onboarded straight away. Now, cohort 2 will remain in the community, and they are going to be given, courses they are going to go through while waiting for cohort 1 to get halfway. And once cohort 1 is halfway, we are going to admit cohort 2. So that's how it's going to work. Now, whether we are going to admit everybody in cohort 2 or not remains to be on that, to be determined. But if you remain in the community, actively participate as a cohort 2 member, once the cohort 1 guys have gotten halfway, we are going to admit the remaining persons from cohort 2. So we will not be seeking for additional people to join. So your position is actually guaranteed. So we will not replace you with additional people who are just finding out sometime in the future, but you will be given the right of first passage so that you will be onboarded immediately. The cohort 1 guys have gone halfway. Please bear with us. We are doing this because our team needs to manage these persons, effectively. And we are actually expediting this. So between in maybe 3 months to 6 months, 3 months or thereabout, you guys are going to be onboarded. And meanwhile, we are going to be giving other courses that are not inside data camp for you to start practicing with and also getting certified in. So you be in the community, you will have a rich experience with this. And you equally have access to all the mentors at the same time and all the resources in the community in data camp. Sorry, in the Discord community. I keep making reference to Discord. So if you have not joined Discord, our Discord group, please, this is the time to join. And this brings me to the end of the question and answer section. I'm now going to copy this. I'm going to stop sharing so that we come to this. Guys, this is practically the end of the section, but we are going to answer a lot of questions because I believe there are many unanswered questions, which many of you are asking now. The first question should be, what is the next step? And I'm going to give you the next step. So the next step is right there in the Discord community. You are going to have a link this evening to select your track. But that link is going to carry an explanation about the different tracks, what the outcome is going to be finally, and what you can do after it. Because you can actually finish one track and go to the next track. If possible, you do all the tracks and get all the you want from it. Yeah, but just as I told you, remember, start from the basic ones and go into the advanced ones. We are going to explain all these things in that link. You're going to use that link to select your track. Once we see your selection, you are onboarded directly into data camp. And once you get into data camp, a video will be waiting for you to tell you what to do. So that is how it works, guys. And right there in the now is the link for cohort 1. The link I'm sharing now is for everybody who applied for the scholarship. It is the Discord community link. It is where we are going to be. It is where your mentors like Dere is going to be. It is where you will be getting every explanation that you need. Every question you ask there, you are going to be answered. And inside that Discord community, based on the track you select from the link we are going to send, is of course it's for cohort 1. Yes, it's for cohort 1. That link is for cohort 1. It's going to ask you whether you are cohort 1 or cohort 2. Hey. All right. So when you fill up that form and you are in cohort 1, we onboard you into data camp, into your right team. In data camp, you are going to have team manager. And also in Discord, you are going to have a team manager. So you will be asking, let me just share with us what I mean. Let me just share this thing so that I'll show you what I mean. All right. Okay. So this is what happened? Sorry, guys. No, not this. Yeah, let me continue to display. Yeah, I don't know. I had this Discord open before. It just vanished. Yeah, that's it. All right. So right now in Discord, because you've not been added to your different tracks, that's why you can only see the welcome and the rules, the announcement and the resources. You are not seeing this Python track. You are not seeing the data literacy track. You are not seeing the ML track. You are not seeing the AI engineer track just because you've not been added. Now, we are going to post into the announcements the link that you use to select which of the tracks you are going to actually end up in. Whatever track you select, you will be added to it. And only people added to a specific track will see the discussion going on in those tracks. And then over there in data camp, the teams in data camp, only those in a specific team will see the discussions going on in their specific teams. So that's how it's going to work. That's how it's going to work. Now I'm going to open the floor for question and answers. Now, okay, question and answers so that we can get this wrapped up. We have two speakers who couldn't make it. So in one of those mentorship sections, our speakers who couldn't make it today are going to come on board and actually deliver. So nothing is lost. We're going to make it up. Prior to that, we are going to make sure that everybody who wants to join our meeting live can join them. So thank you. Now you are going to, we are turning over to Nos Nonyerem, Chinonyerem, to conduct the question and answer section. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry, I've spoken so much in a short while, but I want us to get back to our duties and then get ready for next week. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
So, question and answers.
Yes, thank you very much for that explicit explanation. I could see how you want to pour out your heart in answering every details. Thank you very much. Okay, so a question here by Kolawale, I believe it has been answered. They say, please, how is the classes going to be?
Okay, now it's going to be self-paced. Let me answer that. When you get into data camp is a self-paced learning. It has tons and tons of videos and hands-on coding. So you can actually finish it without needing any person's help. I promise you that. Like you can finish your track, your skill chosen or certification without needing any person's help. You can do that. Those who have done that already can actually tell you that. However, there are going to be monthly and weekly classes that will be announced on the Discord. And they will be specific to the different tracks. So the Python guys are going to be meeting on a different date, and the machine learning guys are going to be meeting on a different date. Those in AI fundamentals are going to be meeting on a different date. Those are going to be posted on the Discord. And now the one-on-one mentorship, there will be like an event calendar. You just come there, select the dates, select the hour, and you meet your mentor at that time and date to discuss with him. Now, once a month, everybody will come together and we'll look at every person's progress, and give community-wide news and information. So you are going to be meeting individually for your different tracks with your mentors, one-on-one. You are going also to be having monthly meetings for each of those tracks, whereby everybody in the same track meet together and there will be a meeting. And there's also going to be one monthly meeting for everybody in the community, so that whatever you are learning, and as I told you, you can actually finish it without talking to anybody, because data camp gives you that ability. Like everything is self-explanatory, and all the teachers, all the videos. Okay, I don't have to open data camp to show you now, but all the videos, once you log in, you will see something to start doing. I'm telling you. And you'll be gaining points. And those with the highest points are going to be awarded gifts. Like you are going to be recognizing those who have the highest points. It's called SP. So those with the highest SP are going to be receiving monthly awards, throughout the learning program. So that's how it goes. So please, the next question. I don't know whether I've answered that question.
Yes, I think you did, and you even went further. All right, so I think I'll have to take these two at the same time. He said, how do we assess the community? And is there a link for cohort 1 or 2?
All right. Okay, let me say again. So the Discord community is for everybody. If you enter the Discord community, you see where we call waiting or wait list. So that wait list is for cohort 2. And that's why we are going to wait and be with the community while we'll get you, that's as a cohort 2 member. But the cohort 1 members are going to be onboarded right into their tracks. They are going to be onboarded right into their tracks. Look at it. So we have this, the MIT data camp. This MIT data camp will be only visible to cohort 2 guys, cohort 1 guys, because they are going to go straight into their learning. And we can only add you here after you fill that form and tell us which of the tracks as the cohort 1 person you want to be in. That is it. For the other persons who are in cohort 2 and every other person, they are going to be seeing the general info, the welcome and the rule, the resources, as well as the wait list. The wait list. So the wait list will be visible to everybody. And in the wait list, you can see there are many people already in the wait list. There are people who are already in the wait list. So when they come in here, it will be for cohort 2, and then we'll actually address them in that regards. Now, somebody say I should explain what we'll be doing as cohort 2 members while waiting for the onboarding. We are going to be giving you some courses, like MIT has a tons of other free MIT courses. I don't know whether we are aware. We have a ton of other courses on the website that you will give you to go through. We have some other partner courses you are going to be going through while waiting to be onboarded into your cohort, which is cohort 2, in the next 2 to 3 in the next 3 months or so. So that's what you'll be doing in that place. And not just that, you will also be in the general MIT community. We have monthly webinars. We have research projects. We have student bodies. We have a lot of activities in the general community, which is on WhatsApp. And now, if you're not already on our WhatsApp community, please please get to that WhatsApp community. I believe there are some guys who are not in the WhatsApp community. So I'm going to share the link for the WhatsApp community so that those who are not in this WhatsApp community can actually join the WhatsApp community. There are a lot of other things we are doing in the WhatsApp community that are not related to learning a course, a technical skill or the other, because it's not only courses. MIT is not all about courses. MIT is about driving innovation. It's also about digital health media. It's also about digital health research. It's also about alternative careers in healthcare. It's about many other things. And the larger MIT communities who are not interested in taking one course or the other are in this community, and they are doing their own things there. And there are a lot of people who are coordinating things over there. So MIT is not all about courses, guys. And I'm so happy that we are already forming student bodies. Like we are having Digital Dentistry Forum, we are having Digital Nursing Forum, we are having Digital Pharmacy Forum, we are having Digital MLS Biomedical Students Forum. And these are being headed by students that are working towards integrating digital health into the curriculum of their undergraduate education. And this is also happening in the community. So it's not happening in the data camp stuff. So the data camp stuff is just one of the few things we are doing. So join the community, join that WhatsApp group for the broader things MIT is doing. But if you are actually for this data camp MIT scholarship, you need to be in the Discord community. With time, we are going to onboard everybody from the WhatsApp community into the Discord community. So if you take a look at the Discord community as it is now, you are going to find a pattern. Let me share that Discord community again. You are going to find this pattern. This is it. You will see that we are already building the research and development community here. The professional bodies, the regional coordinators, the student coordinators, the media team, the course instructor. So we are going to onboard everybody from WhatsApp onto Discord. But we are starting with those who are tech inclined, because they are the ones that can even navigate the interface in Discord. There are some people you bring into Discord, they don't even know they are left or they are right. But those people who are tech-oriented, tech-minded, healthcare professionals and students know how to make do with Discord. And that's why we are starting with them in the Discord community. So let's go on with the questions. Please go ahead. And please stay back. We are going to take a picture actually before we go. Everybody will turn on his or her camera and we'll take a picture for this. Yeah, go ahead with the questions.
All right, sir. Okay, so Makina asks, do we choose one track at a time or do we choose everything all at once? I think what they are trying to, and some other person asked the same question, if they are to choose just one track, or when they are done with one, will they move over to another? Okay.
Yeah, please choose one track. Choose your first track. Once you are done with it, in the community, we'll onboard you to the next track. So like that AI fundamentals, you can finish it in 1 month. Like you can even finish it in 2 weeks. And once you are done with it, please choose another one and we'll onboard you onto that one. So go step by step, guys. Don't rush into being an AI engineer when you don't even know what is Python. You will get frustrated and you will drop off and we'll replace you with some other person. To tell you the truth, we got 600 applications. 600 applications. How can we manage 600 applications with the small thing we have? And that's why we are phasing it. So if and one thing, please listen to what Dare said. If I can only just play again what Dr. Dare said to you, that will be the most important thing you will take away from this meeting. That is the most important thing. Forget about all these technicalities. His message, and unfortunately, the other speakers were unable to come on board. But their messages could have been the best thing that you would have ever heard in this particular meeting. And therefore, we are holding to what they said. Hold on to it and make sure I'm actually going to cut it off, like cut it out from this recording and also put it in the community so that you can listen to it over and over again so that it can motivate you as you are going on in this year's scholarship journey. I hope by the end of this year, I won't be one of the few persons answering certified data scientist, certified AI engineer. I won't be the only one. People like Karen James, Benita Ebahon, Ratizo, all the people I'm seeing on this call will also have it on their LinkedIn profile and actually be able to defend it when they are called upon to do so. So I don't know, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Very
All right,
audible.
please go on with the questions. Let's round up in the next 10 minutes or so. We will give opportunity for people to talk. So if you want to say something, please raise up your hand and we'll allow you to also say something.
Okay, so to answer Shay, you said, can you re-explain? I believe the video will be recorded and will be made available to us, so you can go over it, so we'll not waste much time here. Okay, so someone else asked, how do we log in DataCamp for the scholarship?
Okay, so once you have selected the track you are going to be on, you will be onboarded onto DataCamp. Once you select it, just check after some hours, you will be given a link to go and start your learning on DataCamp. And there will be a video to guide you on what to do. So that's about that. The most important thing now is in the community, you will have to fill the form we are sending in. And once you fill it, latest by Monday, everybody should have been onboarded. And please start doing something immediately you come in. Don't wait. Start doing something. So the link will be there for you after you fill the form. So that's the explanation for that.
Okay, someone else said, Samuel said, also, is the scholarship, Samuel, sorry, I had to skip the first one because I believe it has been answered. All right, so he said, also, is the scholarship for the whole year? If, for instance, I finish the Associate Data Science in July, can I continue with the Professional Data Science certification for the remaining months of the year?
Yes, you can do as many as you wish. But let me also say something. For those of us who are students, bite as much as you can chew so that your education doesn't get compromised on the way. Primarily, you are in school to, you don't want your parents' money to go to waste also. Even though we are thinking differently from them, they want you to equally graduate on time. You understand? Like they are keeping tabs on you to make sure you graduate on time. Don't choose to become an AI engineer and therefore you don't go to classes again. So find a balance and make sure that you actually benefit from this revolution as well as continue with your studies. It's very, very key and important. Don't get swamped. Don't get to, and again, that's why there are mentors. Like you can just turn off the calendar. You see that this mentor is available on Monday. This other one is available on Tuesday. Okay, he has this time slot. Okay, you select a time slot. And if you are stuck, you go to your mentor will stop you. You continue. All right.
Yes,
There are some couple of hands up in case you are finished reading
Yes, sir, I have that in mind. I think some people are having issue with the Discord link. I don't know.
Sorry, some people with the Discord link.
Someone said it's invalid. Another person said he has issue to access it at the moment. I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe.
let the person tell us in the WhatsApp community so that we can fix it for him or her. So we share the WhatsApp community link. Come to the WhatsApp community and report this issue with the link for the Discord, and we'll sort it out for you, please.
I've already shared the WhatsApp community.
Oh, really?
Don't worry, I'll
Has
share.
it, no. Does it mean I'll be sharing to you all this while?
Yeah, but I copied it to the community, to the
Okay. All right. It's
Mm.
okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
If there are no other questions, people's hand are raised.
Yeah. Abdulhaf Yusuf Oina, you can unmute your mic and speak now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Dr. Ken. And can you hear me, please?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Okay. I really want to appreciate giving us this opportunity. It's what I can describe as once in a lifetime. As Dr. Derry said, opportunities like this in future might not really be free. So my question is there still avenue for those of us who were not able to apply? Because for me, I was writing exams when the applications was up, and I wasn't on social media as at that. So when I came on, I saw the application, but it's already closed. So I don't know.
So
how
let me answer that.
go about it.
While we were on this call, I opened up the application again. Because if you look at our aim, we said we want to train 3,000 persons. If we lock up the application, we are not achieving our aim. So the only thing is that you might end up as cohort 2 and not as cohort 1. But definitely, by all means, go ahead and apply. And once you apply, we send you a link to join the Discord community. And once you join the Discord community, you'll be in cohort 2. And if we get too many, we put them in cohort 3. And as we enlarge our capacity to take more people, everybody may end up being in the same cohort at the same time. It's going to happen. Because the rate at which we are moving now, the number of mentors we are having, like all these people you've been seeing putting in their profile, a data analyst, AI engineer, many other are coming now to partner with us to make sure that students become like them. Like we have interviewed some volunteers in the past week that say they want to reproduce themselves in others. That is not good for them to be the only ones who are doing this, that they want to reproduce themselves in other students and in other healthcare professionals. And that is just that. So as we get more and more hands to be able to do this, we enlarge the capacity to merge the cohorts into one. So we will not be talking about cohort 1, cohort 2. Everybody just learns at the same time. Yeah, and the scholarship is for the entire year. If you finish Python, by all means, go into data science or data analytics. If you finish the AI's fundamental track, go into AI, data science, or the other higher ones. Is just there for you for throughout the year. But if you remain inactive, that is a caveat. If you remain inactive, you don't access your data camp account for more than 3 weeks, we will terminate it so that we can give it to another person. So it's very important. If you are inactive for more than 3 weeks on your profile, we'll terminate, we'll warn you and terminate it and give it to another person. You can see there's just so many people, and we can't have you take up the space you are not using. So if you're not ready to use it now, wait and join cohort 2. But by all means, you can. What is there? When I told you that the AI fundamental certification can take you 2 weeks and you are done, why can't you do it? Why can't you do it? At the moment, I'm doing a PhD program and I still find time to do what I'm doing. So is it you that is still an undergraduate, or maybe I know that, of course, some undergraduate education is very, very intense, especially those exams here. And I have also told us, don't compromise that. Yeah, but find out the time, because this is the time you have to actually plan for your future. Find out the time to be able to marry the two. You can devote like 5 hours every week to your learning, and you should be okay. 5 hours to 10 hours a week should be okay. Even if it's 1 hour a day, you are okay. Now, one of our speakers wants to join now. So let me quickly send him the link and see if he can come on board. If he comes on board, then we'll listen to him and then we should be done for today. Somebody else's hand is up. Please go on with that question.
Ines, you can unmute your mic now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Go
Okay,
ahead.
thank you for the wonderful presentation and the program. We really appreciate that. Please, my question is, I just want to know if the grouping of cohort has been done. If not, when are we getting a official communication, maybe via mail, where you to know actually where you belong, whether you are part of cohort 1 or 2, or should it just be only seen in a Discord? Thank you. That's the question.
All right. So I will answer that straight away. And the answer is very simple. Here it is. I don't know whether I'm still sharing my screen. I'm going to share my screen and give you that answer. I'm going to go to the emails because everyone was sent an email unless you didn't get this email. All right. Cohort. Let me just search for cohort so that, all right. Okay. So if you got this email that says, congratulations on being, let me increase the size so that you can actually see that. If you got this email that says, congratulations on being selected for the MIT Data Camp Scholarship Cohort 1, you are in Cohort 1. Then, if you got the other email, which says this, congratulations on being pre-selected for MIT Data Camp Scholarship Cohort 2, then you are in Cohort 2. If you applied for this scholarship and you didn't get any of these 2 emails, you should tell us on the WhatsApp group so that we'll tell you the next step. Does that answer the question?
Yes, it has been answered.
All right, thank you. Okay, more hands are still up.
Yes, more hands. Samuel Wobi, you can unmute.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. All right. So what happened is that I've been taking some free courses on data camp already, and
Great.
I don't know if it's gonna clash with this. Once I get into the learning experience.
No, it will not. It will not. You can continue your free courses, but if you want to actually graduate from the scholarship and get the certifications, which comes together with the MIT, that the data camp certification that comes together with the MIT certification, you will need to tell us the track you want to do, and then you are going to finish that track. You will do some of the assignments we are going to assign to you because you are going to be assigning assignments and projects. You will work on those assignments and projects, and then you will graduate. It doesn't prevent you from taking any other thing. Okay, like what I just shared, there is no R. You know the language called R. No, there is no R there. But maybe you're interested in R. You can go and, the data camp is open for you to explore any of their courses. But we want to guide you into the one we think we are offering for now. So if you follow us and finish in that particular track, then we'll give you our own certification. But if you want to explore more,
thank you.
Please go ahead. And it doesn't clash. Continue with the ones you are doing. But whichever one you select in the form, we are going to send you before Monday. Make sure you finish that particular one in addition to whatever thing you are doing.
Okay. Before I go ahead with people that raise up there, let me go back to the chat box.
Angel Gabriel raised hand.
Yeah, please let me go back to the chat box. I will attend to her. I think she just raised her hand. Some persons have a question that I've been unattended to. So someone is asking, is there a certification specific to healthcare, such as such that on completion, I'm certified healthcare analyst.
Yes, I explained that already.
Yeah,
That
that's
if you follow our learning structure, do the track we assign to you, do the assignments and the projects we assign to you. In addition to being a data analyst, you will be certified as a healthcare data analyst.
okay. Someone else asked, someone said, would we pay to book a section with a mentor? I don't think
No.
that's no.
It defeats the aim if you should pay to
Yeah,
book a section. It defeats the aim.
okay. All right.
And you can book as many as possible. Like you can actually turn them into your classroom. That's the truth. You can turn all those mentors into your classroom. So if a mentor has like 10 slots in a week, you can book as many as you wish, as long as you have something to present.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Angel Gabriel, you can unmute now.
Okay. Please, can you hear me?
Clearly.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity and thank you for the presentations as well. So I reached out to the Medics in Tech account on LinkedIn, expressing my interest in the scholarship after I tried to fill out the form, but then was not accepting responses. I was given a WhatsApp number to contact. I contacted the number and then I had the opportunity to join the community. But then I want to know the step involved from now, because I just tried to register with the Discord link, but then and my interface is so blurry, like it's like very I literally can't do anything on it. So I want to know how I can apply again, register, and then get into the whole program. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Angel Gabriel. I think I was the one that chatted with you. So all you need to do is go back to that link for the scholarship registration on LinkedIn. It's open again for you to register. And when you finish registering, you'll get an information, a follow-up, whether you are joining the cohort 1 or you're joining the cohort 2, just as I have explained.
Okay, sir.
And you can still share it again. It's now accepting responses again.
Okay,
and
thank you.
Yeah, and let us take one of our speakers for today just entered the call, and I would like to share the screen while the questions keep coming, and invite him to actually, we've been waiting for him all this while. We need to hear from him. He's somebody you don't want to miss. This particular presentation will be incomplete if we don't hear from him. Now, I believe his talk will be a summary of all we've been talking about all this while. So, sir, if you are here, you can unmute yourself, and the floor is now open for you. But prior to your entering, we've gone through how students can access the scholarship, both on the Discord community engagement as well as the data camp community, the learning structure, and everything they have, and all the resources they have in terms of mentors. They can book one-on-one session, and all those things. We have explained everything, and the people were just asking questions before you came in. We are honored to have you, sir. And if you are here, if you indicate, then our moderator can read out your citation, and then you can then exhort us. I don't know whether you are here now, sir.
I'm here.
Oh, thank you so much. So, please, Nos Chinoyerem, please go ahead. Nos Chinoyerem, go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Yeah. Wait, it's like his audio has some issues.
No. I just had to mute after speaking.
It's okay. Chinoyerem, go ahead. Thank you.
So just go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Good evening, sir. Okay, this afternoon we are privileged to have in our midst Dr. Dumiyawa, a dynamic and visionary leader in the field of ICT and artificial intelligence, with a passion for driving innovation and fostering collaboration. He is the current director of NEDA IT Hub at the University of Lagos. He has created a thriving technology ecosystem that brings together academians, industries, entrepreneurs, startups, and investors. Dr. Odumuyewa obtained his PhD degree from Lorraine University in France, and he is an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science at the University of Lagos. He was an empowering the Teacher Fellow at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 2013. He is a principal investigator for the IDRS-funded Edu AI Hub project, focusing on enhancing education in Africa through AI research. He is a member of the Africa-Europe Cluster of Research Excellence in AI, that is otherwise known as Core AI. He's also a member of Advisory Board of Data Science Nigeria and a member of UNDP Nigeria Reference Group on AI. He currently leads the Machine Intelligence Research Group at the University of Lagos and develops responsible artificial intelligence for natural language processing with applications in sentiment analysis, public health, recommended systems, log mining, cybersecurity, and education. He was the chairman of the organizing committee of the 4th International Conference on AI and Robotics, 2024, with the theme Artificial Intelligence for the Future Industrialization of Medicine in Sub-Saharan Africa. Please join me welcome Dr. Victor. We are privileged to have you in our midst, sir.
Yeah. Sir, before you go ahead, I want to give you an information.
Okay.
So our Zoom account could only contain 100 people and we didn't know. So a lot of people didn't join in this call. It maxed out at 100 and a lot of people couldn't join. So because of that, we are recording this so that we can equally share it with them.
No problem.
You're welcome to go ahead, sir.
Thank you so much. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to congratulate all the participants in this fellowship. Those have been selected. It's a good thing to make applications and be able to enter in for the program you applied for. So I want to say congratulations to you all, and congratulate the organizers and the lead and the as it CEO you call it of medics in tech.
Yeah,
and so I'll just briefly talk about digital health as the foundation for the future industrialization of medicine. And why do I prefer that topic, or trying to base my discussion on that topic? I will explain, especially for those of us in Africa. You know what is currently going on, that we have a shortage of health workers, and war. We have different wars going on in the world. So many things are happening, and so many deaths were recording. It's a very critical moment, and there's so many things going on that will affect the present and the future. Remember, before COVID-19, during COVID-19, so many health workers died all over the world, and we can see how that is impacting us as a country, Nigeria, because many health workers started migrating, to other clients because of better pay and better environment and the rest. So definitely, this problem of gap in terms of health personnel will continue. I'm not seeing it getting solved soon. Okay, somebody saying you can't hear me. I just want to confirm. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So definitely this problem is not getting solved soon. Yeah, because more people will still migrate, and even where they're migrating to, they're still not having enough people. And that means that we have to look at what future, if we really want to provide healthcare to people, the population of the world is increasing. What is going to be the future of healthcare? We have to move towards industrializing medicine, where it's not just about now you have to go to an hospital, it's about you can have healthcare on demand. You can have personalized healthcare. So many things can happen with using technology. And for us to get to that space, we need digital health. And just to let you know that what you are signing in for is very, very essential, very, very necessary for the present and the future. Very, very important. Before I go on with that conversation, I just want to also digress a bit to show you what has happened in education. Before COVID-19, even before, I would say in the past 10, 15 years, the focus on education has changed. Before, you know that your pathway is to go to primary school, go to secondary school, and go to the university or polytechnic. That was the path. That was the way the people, the way they do, what they follow to get educated and maybe get a job. But today, everything has changed because digitalization has shown us that you can learn in different ways, different formats. And also what is happening in the world today is also showing us that it's not the degree that you get in the University of Polytechnic that matters, but your skill set. And so learning is happening in different format today. People are getting learning in different format, getting certified, getting competencies and skill set in different form without that traditional form. So I'm imagining a future where medicine, although medicine needs a lot of regulation, where healthcare will change and people will prefer, will be getting healthcare in different format. And for that to happen, a lot of digitalization has to happen, and we need to bring in AI and some other technologies in to ensure that. And so what I'm trying to say is that there is a future we're looking at where we can't rely on what we are practicing currently. We need to fully have digital health that is enhanced. And that future has to start with even having digital health first. Yeah. And so if you are signing for this program, you are signing for the right thing that can help you to be prepared for that future. And so what are the existing digital health technologies we have? Telemedicine, electronic health record, wearable devices, all these things are there. So that allows you, first of all, to capture data. So data is needed. So that is their platforms for sharing data, platforms for kind of digitalizing processes. You can do your consultation online, all those things are there. But beyond that, as we're moving forward, there are other things that are needed. So if you are generating data, how do we combine that data with other data to be able to do precision medicine and be able to also personalize healthcare, personalized medicine for people? So all those things are opportunities that are available, things that are happening. So we are actually in the area of big medical data. Of course, as an individual, you are composed of data. Your DNA, that is just a bunch of data. So that which is actually a big data for even individuals. As combining that big data with all that records we have and combining with climate data, because there is no way you can separate healthcare from climate. So you can imagine the kind of dimensions we're looking at going forward. And all these things combined together, how can we make informed decisions and do the right kind of treatment? And more importantly, not just treatment, but predictive medicine, which should also be some of the focus, because we want to reduce the number of people falling sick, because we know that we are not going to have enough healthcare workers to take care of them. So you want to do predictive medicine. And so I can tell you that what you are signing for is very, very relevant and is actually preparing for the future, where we can have all these technologies coming to play and giving us good healthcare delivery. And then, so when I look at the programs you have there, I saw data analytics, I saw some other programs. These are all elements that can allow us to get to that future where medicine is industrialized. So all those elements are part of it, but it's beyond that. I didn't see AI, but I see that I saw Python.
When did it happen?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Maybe we can mute yeah. So what I'm saying is that these are foundational things. You have to understand data analytics. You have to be able to make sense of the data you're seeing, create some dashboards, and then you have to be able to write codes. But beyond that, there are other things to learn. You are going to get a future where you have so much data. We're already in it presently. We have so much data, and how do we make sense of it? It's not going to be human that will make sense of it. It's going to be a combination of tools and technology that will make sense and present a report to a human that a human cannot interpret and take decision. So I don't want to go too deep, but what I'm trying to say is that you are in for a good cause, and what you are doing is actually a foundation for the future we are looking at, and that future is what can actually solve the healthcare problem we have, especially in this part of the world. Even in the developed countries, they are still having issues. I read from a report that I think at least 1 out of 10 that go for healthcare or whatever, they have poor, low quality healthcare treatment. Some of them get infected, maybe 1 out of 10. So that means they also still have issues despite the fact that things are at advanced level there. And so they are also already working towards this future where data defines what we do in healthcare. So to conclude, I will say that we are looking at that future where we can serve more people, provide quality healthcare to more people, to the whole of Africa, even with the little personnel we have. So what do we need to do? We need to bring in technology and different technologies, and we start from digital health where we automate and digitalize processes and we get data. Then we move to advanced stages where we're now bringing in AI and some other form of technology in to be able to leave some decisions to machines and let experts also make some decisions. Now, to conclude, who will be doing this? It's not computer scientists that will be doing this because they don't have domain knowledge. So it's the people that have domain knowledge that should be trained to create this future we're looking at. And that is why all those in the healthcare or practice medical, all those in medical practices should embrace digital health so that they are the ones that will be creating this future we have and creating it with proper domain knowledge so that we can reduce the errors that the machines will be performing. So on this note, I will say congratulations once again. Put in your best. There are so many opportunities, and maybe even we'll be reaching out to Dr. Hago in the future because there are some hackathons we want to do around this space that we will also need some of you to participate in. Congratulations and thank you for listening.
So much. Thank you so much. This pretty sums up everything that we've been talking about in the past 2 hours, I believe. So we are so happy and glad that you found out the time, despite your busy schedule, to come address us today. It is giving us a boost and a lot of momentum to actually launch further. Yeah, we are happy. And guys, what are you doing? I'm not seeing any responses on the chat. That is not acceptable. So thank you so much, sir. We are grateful. And this is just the beginning. And I wanted to say something with respect to what you said about seeing AI and all that, this thing. Yeah, actually, our courses are beyond what you saw there. So here is the list of all the things. Oh, that's not this. Yeah, so here is the list. So if you can see my screen, so here is the full list actually. So here you can see it runs from Python to, oh, what's happening? To even to associate AI engineer, to ML scientist and ML engineer. So
great.
It equally has AI fundamental certification. So students are able to choose from these early phases. When they are done with it, they can go into these other, tracks that are harder. It's not a day's job to be an associate AI engineer, but some of them on this call are going to become certified AI engineers at the end of this scholarship program. And we have like resource people who are already AI engineers, ML scientists, data engineers, who are already lined up to mentor them, even give them one-on-one sections, in addition to the group mentorship and the experience they are going to be having in data camp all along throughout this year. Yeah, I believe it's only through teamwork that this could be achieved. And then to respond to what you said, we are looking forward to collaborating with NIGDA. Yeah, NIGDA, I have heard some. In fact, I wanted to attend your program last year, just that I was not in the country as of then, and I was asking whether it could be virtual, and before I knew it, I forgot. That's a very important platform that needs to be promoted. So we'll be collaborating with that, and going forward, yeah, there'll be a lot of collaboration going forward. So thank you so much. I don't know if we have any question for him. Does any person have any question for him? If not, we shall be entering, the closing ceremony. So thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Waiting for questions for you on the chat. Anyone with questions for him? Yeah, I believe we are all tired now. It's exactly 2 hours since we started. Yeah. So, and I believe
that's fine. I mean, we can always have other times in the future.
Yes, in the process of.
I said we can always have other opportunities in the future to communicate. Yeah, that's fine.
Exactly. So thank you so much, sir. So we would like to take
You're welcome.
a
Thank you.
community picture right now so that every person, please turn on your camera, switch to the, what's it called? The gallery view, and let's have a picture together.